La Palma has long been a favourite destination for the more discerning Canary Island traveller, but it has recently received wider attention due to the devastating volcanic eruption of late 2021, which I will be covering in a separate video. Unlike the far more popular islands, most people come here not for a beach holiday, but to explore the diverse natural beauty of La Isla Bonita, as it is known. La Palma is the most northwesterly Canary Island and has less than 100,000 permanent residents, with around 200,000 tourists visiting each year, mostly from Germany and mainland Spain. Geologically, it is relatively young at around 1 million years and is volcanically active due to it being located over the Canarian hotspot. There have been 3 major eruptions in the last 70 years. The island has an extremely interesting and diverse landscape and has thick forests in many parts due to the relatively high rainfall and moisture at altitude. There is a 2,000 metre volcanic ridge along the southern spine of the island, which is riddled with volcanic cones and craters and has been responsible for recent eruptions. The major population centres are on the east coast and on the western side in the Aridan Valley. The spine continues into the majestic Caldera Tabirente, an immense erosion depression with a depth of some 1,500 metres surrounded by high peaks. In this video we shall be looking at the main towns and tourist areas, whilst a further part 2 will highlight the places to explore and visit on this beautiful island. Direct flights to La Palma from mainland Europe are available from Spain and Germany, and in the winter period weekly direct flights by TUI from Manchester and Gatwick. The widest choice is the 10 or so daily commuter flights from Tenerife North Airport. The airports at La Palma and Tenerife North are however relaxing, chilled places with few passengers, unlike the horrendous congestion these days at Tenerife South Airport. The airport is situated on the east coast, together with the main tourist resort Los Concejos and the capital Santa Cruz. Los Concejos is less than 10 minutes drive from the airport. And has a wide choice of mainly self-catering apartment complexes with swimming pools. One of the few hotels and the largest is the H10. I normally only like staying in apartments in the Canaries, but broke my tradition this year by staying at the H10, as it was convenient, well priced and available at short notice. I shall be making a separate short video on this hotel. Los Concejos has a long promenade leading to the main beach at one end, where there are also some restaurants and cafes, including a creperie which I enjoyed. It's worth noting that the east coast of La Palma is usually more cloudy and not quite as warm as the west coast, due to the northeasterly trade winds. Also, due to its location, the whole island is on average around 2 degrees cooler than say Tenerife or Gran Canaria in the coastal areas. At the other end along the main road are a collection of restaurants and a supermarket and some other shops. The area holds a number of local events, which I have witnessed over the years. The capital Santa Cruz, which is only a 10-minute drive away, has the feel of a small town, as it has only some 16,000 residents. It has a large beach, many interesting historical buildings, quaint small shops and large ones, and a good selection of delightful restaurants and cafes. Tourist-type accommodation here is limited, so it would be best to stay in Los Concejos and drive or take a cheap taxi for a day or evening visit. The other main population area is in the west of the island, where we have to drive either through or over the Cumbre Viejo Ridge into the Aridan Valley, where the main town is Los Llanos, with the smaller Tazacorte and its port area offering a good base for tourists. I would highly recommend a hire car, as they are relatively cheap and convenient, particularly if you want to explore. The main road out of Los Concejos climbs to some 1,000 metres and goes through the old Cumbre Tunnel, which is over 1 kilometre long. The reverse route goes through a separate, newer tunnel. Tazacorte is a functional, quiet local town set amongst extensive banana plantations. It is a good base to explore the west side of the island and is a decent choice for a 2-center holiday. It has a reasonable selection of quiet, authentic bars, cafes and restaurants. The only hotel is the 4-star Hacienda de Abago, set amongst the banana plantations. Some apartments are available in older buildings, but better ones can be found on the usual booking sites in these yellow modern buildings on the lower road. The western part of La Palma has many long-term German residents who have immersed themselves into the local community and hold regular events, such as this multicultural evening from 2017 in traditional German style. Puerto de Tazacorte on the coast is suitable for those who prefer a beach nearby. It has a dramatic setting at the mouth of the large barranco which leads to the Caldera de Tabarente. They are purpose-built holiday apartments and more permanent accommodation in the area. There are plenty of touristy restaurants and bars at one end, and there's a large marina at the other end. The large black sandy beach is usually popular with families and others, but not today as it was closed and the weather wasn't too good in any case. Further south along the coast, the beach resort of Puerto Naos and the smaller El Bombilla were evacuated in September 2021 after the eruption and are still closed today due to the high levels of carbon dioxide. Over 1,000 permanent residents have been displaced from the area, as well as tourists. The lava field has of course cut off all roads from north to south, and a new one is being constructed. 500 meters up on the steep cliffs surrounding Puerto Tazacorte is the Mirador El Time, which has a cafe and offers amazing views of the Aridan Valley. The cakes and tea aren't too bad either. Los Llanos is the main town on the western side and is in fact more populated than the capital Santa Cruz at 20,000 inhabitants. It's a lovely place with a wide variety of shops, lively restaurants, cafes and bars, together with a number of historical buildings and a small food market. It's a good base to stay in for exploring the Caldera National Park, and there are a number of hotels and many apartments available to rent at relatively low prices. There is a particularly popular restaurant at the edge of town, overlooking the large barranco, with spectacular views. Thanks for watching this first part. In part 2 we shall continue and look at the various places to explore and visit on this beautiful island.